Welcome to the wild world of Shagdog and Jammer, the unchallenged champions of craft beer critique. This is the Spit or Swallow Beer Review, where the suds are plentiful and the opinions are frothy. Get ready for a whirlwind tour of hops and barley, where every brew has a story and every sip can be a surprise.
Shagdog
From the
is
darkest
the
stout to the
mind.
palest ale, we're here to navigate the sea of beers with you, one bottle, can, or
Jammer's
keg
the
at a time.
star.
Here, we don't just taste beer, we experience it. We dive in head first, exploring the depths of flavor, the highs and lows of carbonation, and the subtle notes that make each brew unique. And remember, in the world of Shagdog and Jammer, we believe that all beers are good, just some very in. So pull up a stool, crack open a cold one, and let the adventure begin. Welcome to the Spit or Swallow Beer Review. Here, we're always on the hunt for our next favorite brew. So stay thirsty, my friends.
Hey, welcome to the Spit or Swallow Beer Review with your star, Jammer.
I got my beer set on you, man.
Hey, drinking and thinking. We did a couple of recorded ones, but we decided to go live on the third one, so we get our live, interactive questions and answers from all of our viewers.
If they're watching.
Yeah.
Aren't at work like normal people during the day.
That's true. I think if we're on nights, and especially if it was a Friday or Saturday night, we'd probably get more viewers, I think.
Oh,
right?
we would definitely get more viewers, whether or not we'd want them.
Just our type of viewers are working class people during the daytime.
That's because they're responsible adults.
Right. They don't throw rocks at cop cars.
Kick them out of the country.
Hey, look at that. I gave it too heavy of a pour on that England, so I almost had a 3.5 finger head.
Well, I got me a 3-finger head.
Jammer, I'm hoping my wrist isn't broken. I don't think it is because I don't get any broken bone symptoms like coldness and swelling or anything. But I fell last night at work and I tucked my head and put my hand out to break my fall, and it hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit right in there.
Definitely workman's comp there.
Yeah, but I didn't report it, so.
Oh, well, and you go in tonight, fall down again for the camera.
I'm off tonight. I mean, somebody told me there's no cameras down that section of the store, but I don't know. But I hurt, you hit your palm when you fall. That hurt there, stunned, nothing else. Then about a couple hours later, it started hurting like over here. I'm like, oh, maybe I just strained it a little bit.
That's it. You just screwed yourself. That's released all kinds of chemicals into your system. That's like a countdown, clock counting down for your death.
I mean, I haven't been doing a lot of this to strengthen that wrist, but I have been lifting a lot of stuff. But I haven't been doing the usual wrist training.
Pulling up your balls, is that what you've been doing? Get it out of the toilet.
Yeah. Speaking of balls and toilets, I heard our good friend Chaz got a new job. He's in the office now. He says he's not going to break his back anymore.
That's awesome. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to our good friend Chaz. Hope he's doing well.
Yeah. I tried to contact him several times. He never responded. So
yeah, recently wrote him a couple times, not a lot, but a couple times he never responded back. So I guess, we must be on that 10-year silent treatment again.
Yeah, because of the fact that we didn't go visit him in the hospital.
Yeah, and then maybe he watched one of our beer reviews, didn't like what we said or something. Yeah.
All I know is that I couldn't plan to go see him in the hospital because I was working.
All right.
Or I had family obligations that I couldn't get away from.
Yeah.
I mean.
And you could also say he hasn't seen you in how many years? All the offers on the table. Even when he moved back with his parents back in 2020, whenever it was, we were doing beer reviews. He did join us for one.
Yeah.
But living in the same area at that time, never came down to visit us. Right? Yeah. Hey, that's a nice looking beer, nice frothy head. Probably better than that Blue Point lager.
Yeah. Well, what's the latest topics, man? I don't.
Well, hey, one we didn't talk about was the Trump and Elon Musk. It's already been forgotten now because of the LA things, but
yeah, just went out of the news cycle already, right?
Yeah.
My belief is that a couple of theories here. One, that he was expecting so much more to be done and pushed through in order to eliminate a lot of the waste and to keep it from happening again. And that's not how Washington works. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And two, the other, and that caused him to be upset, which caused him to want to bail out, da da da. The other version is that he is upset about not being able to get as much, but he is losing so much money from his Tesla company being boycotted and so forth.
Yeah.
And he's getting such a bad name. Plus, he knows that he cannot go any further because he said himself he was getting death threats.
Right.
And stuff like that from people who he was uncovering fraud from.
Right.
And he said himself that he might end up dying or whatever like that, because of him uncovering all the fraud and all the corruption and all that kind of crap. So So my theory on that is that one, they threatened his kids or threatened him again, and he's ready to bail. He's upset about not being able to push further, and he knows he can't. So he's like, okay, I'm smart enough to know it's time for me to bail.
Yeah.
And Trump is like, okay, well, I understand. Boom, boom, boom. And basically, he say, well, make it out to where we're upset with each other for some reason.
That was my thing. Like it's a put on, Mm-hmm. Like because there's so much stuff. Oh, he's not.
You'll be able to go back, and they'll accept you again, and you'll make more money with your Teslas again, and all that kind of stuff.
Right. That's what I thought, Jammer. Good one, yeah. And I'm surprised I haven't heard any of the left say that actually on any news things.
Nobody on the newscast say what normal people think.
That's true.
Fox comes close, but they still don't do it.
Yeah. Certain people on Fox do, but yeah, some of the side type people do, but yeah, the main, whatever how you call it, news guys or whatever.
But it doesn't matter, it's all news entertainment anyway. None of it's, factual per se. It's all for entertainment purposes.
That's true, Jammer.
But yeah.
Oh, man.
You had that, which was crazy, that little bit. And you had self-appointed Saint Greta and all that stuff. And then
that's funny when you mentioned Saint Greta. Because imagine 500,000 years from now, she is actually made a saint for her actions.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Now I think about all the saints that are canonized, aren't made saints. Did they act like that little bitch back in her day and somehow they got sainthood?
Let me tell you, she is like the most annoying, self-righteous hypocrite,
I remember when I first saw her on that UN thing, how dare you? It's my children's future. Or whatever hell.
Go eat it.
Yeah, suck a big one. I need to get a video of her, like you remember the old Hillary Clinton had her go, and the big dildo goes there. Oh! Yeah, get Greta with the same thing.
Oh boy, what else is going on right now?
I mean, we already talked about on the recorded videos about the stuff going on in LA. So if you're watching now, you might see that here in a couple days.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to go over any of that again. Old memories. What else is going on? Hey, NHL playoffs. Tampa Bay Lightning didn't make it this year. Right?
No.
NBA, the Pacers against who the fuck they're playing? I don't know. I don't watch sports too much. I did try watching baseball the other day. I was watching baseball highlights. I'm like, I need to get back into sports or something. I haven't watched sports in years. So I did watch baseball highlights, the best, and they were showing the top plays of the week and some of the highlights from some games. And I was like, damn, I only heard of a couple of these baseball players on all the different teams, a couple of the big name ones. That's about it. Back in my young days, I'd name off almost every baseball player in every team just about, yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a big controversy right now where the Rays are going to go, whether it's going to be Tampa or St. Pete. A lot of people say, well, we don't want to go across the bridge to go to St. Pete. Well, I sure as hell don't want to go across the bridge to go to Tampa's traffic.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean?
yeah.
I
What
can't stand that traffic.
I saw some game they had the other day. It was supposedly it was Tampa's home field, but it was the outside field. Where was that at? They playing some outside venue somewhere around there, because
Uh,
everybody in the crowd had Tampa Bay shirts on, but it was outside somewhere. It wasn't the Tropicana. Or they doing maybe at USF Stadium or somewhere else playing
they're
some
playing
reason.
at what's his name, George.
George Floyd Stadium.
Uh, Golly, what is it called? The New York Yankees guy. Brian Brennan.
Where the old Tampa Yankees used to play.
Yeah, right across from the Buccaneers stadium.
Stadium. Oh, okay, so is that where they're playing all the games, or
They're
just
playing
some?
their games there for home right now.
Is the Tropicana still damaged because of that hurricane,
Yeah, they
or
don't have a roof still, which to me, there's more damage than just the roof. But if you can fix the damage inside the place, I wouldn't worry
yeah?
about the roof. Take the roof
Right.
off, leave it, fuck it.
Yeah. Problem there is that man, it rains so much during the summer in Florida. They're gonna have a lot of delays.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, it's dry down there this year, right? You guys in a drought?
Yeah,
Okay, you got me on that one.
I think so.
I said you guys are having a drought, right?
Well, it's been raining.
Oh, it's been raining lately. I know, but recently though, it's been kind of dry down there. It's been raining here.
It was dry for a little while, but then it's gotten where it's raining
It's
here lately.
raining good here lately. Last year, this time of year, there was no rain. It was dry and fucking hot as hell. Yeah. Thanks to our one viewer watching. You are appreciated. Subscribe.
I don't know who this country singer Connor Smith is, but he killed a old woman, a 77-year-old woman, with his truck in the crosswalk.
That's the song waiting to happen.
Yeah. She was walking across the road,
So he really killed an old woman on a crosswalk?
and I hit her with my truck just like a toad.
He's going to have big hits now.
She may have lived to be 90. When I was flying, I was high.
So he really hit a woman and killed her?
Yeah.
Did he fled the scene or anything, or did he stay there?
I don't know. Police. I didn't. I read that. I didn't dive any deeper than that.
What's his name?
Connor Smith.
Connor
Looks
Smith.
like I'm going to give you another
Songs.
headline. High levels of arsenic and cadmium found in rice sold in stores across the U.S. Report says.
What is it? Found in rice?
Arsenic and cadmium.
Good thing I don't eat rice on the regular.
Well, my thing about that is, where does rice come from?
Mostly China, Southeast Asia.
Do you think China's trying to weaken the people here in America
Probably.
covertly? I did hear that China's talking about forcing foreclosures because they own so much property throughout the country. They're talking about foreclosing on a lot of the properties that they
own here in the U.S.?
Yeah, about foreclosing on the people that are renting from them.
Oh, really? Oh. Really, somehow the government should try to get that land back somehow. I don't know how.
All they have to do is write it in the law.
No foreign entity or foreign business should be owning any land.
Or they could turn around and just say foreign entities that are adverse to America's, what you call it, cannot own land,
Yeah,
Hell, they bought a ex-Navy base out in California.
Really?
Port. Naval
Oh, wow.
in California.
I hear about that one. What naval base
years ago they bought it and everything, and they've been controlling that port. why would you relinquish control of your ports? That's one of the things that you do not do. You don't relinquish control of your ports or airports or any of that kind of stuff.
So, I mean, that shouldn't be allowed to be sold to any, even if it's a company from China, because they're all communists. It's the same thing down in Panama. They got ports on both sides of the canal. They did that as soon as we left in 2000. Chinese were in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Matter of fact, my Panamanian ex-girlfriend in Panama was telling me back in the early 2000s, yeah, my sister's trying to learn Chinese so she get a Chinese husband. But she eventually married a Puerto Rican guy. But
because she didn't want to change languages.
She probably got with the first Chinese guy and found out, old Pinky Dink.
Crazy.
I mean, I never saw no video, and it would be amazing. The guy would be a star if he had CBC, Chinese big, or BCC, big Chinese. Wong Chong Long.
Long Chong Long. Oh God.
He'd be an international star, and there's as far as I know, I don't watch porn or anything, especially Chinese people, but I never heard of any famous Chinese porn stars giving it to all the ladies, laying down the big Chinese long dong.
And you would know because you keep track of all that gay stuff.
I'll tell you what, the only guy, and I've never seen their videos. In the 80s, you had Long Donks. I think there was a guy named Long Dong Silver, right? Black guy?
Yeah.
And then you had the white guy. What the hell is his name?
Holmes.
John Holmes, right? Yeah. I don't think I've seen any porns with them in it. Now, what's his name?
AIDS.
Ron Jeremy. I've seen porns with him. I was like, how the hell do these girls like him? He's fat and greasy looking. And
I'm sure he was sweet to them. He's Jewish.
Yeah. Is he? Yeah. I tell you what, I learned a couple of tricks from him, from some of his videos. I was like, wow, he put his fingers in her ass and she liked it. I'm going to try that shit.
He turned around and came out with some kind of alcohol beverage with his name on it, Ron Jeremy rum or something like that.
Yeah.
And a few things, but they say he kind of went crazy in the end.
Yeah. He's still alive, right? Yeah.
I think he's dead.
How old is Ron Jeremy? I think he's still alive, Jammer.
Yeah,
he's still alive. 1953. Still alive. So he's
what medical condition
71,
does he
72.
from?
He's 72 right now. What type of medical conditions does Ron Jeremy have? Ron Jeremy, let's see. Ron Jeremy is diagnosed with dementia, also described as incurable neurocognitive. I got that. Conditions rendered him mentally incompetent to stand trial on the charges of rape and sexual face the attorney report. Oh, wow.
Yeah, supposedly they claim that he raped, in which, you know what, if he had dementia, or that could be him just acting his way out of it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny how so many certain famous people, they're old, get accused of rape or murder or whatever. Like Jimmy Superfly Snuka had the thing with killing his girlfriend in '84. They finally brought him up on charges back in like early 2010s, mid 2010s, and then they said he was incompetent because of dementia, and then he died like a couple weeks later.
The problem with that is that if you're not and you're faking it, you have to relinquish control of all your money and everything, because now you've been given a guardian.
Right, attorney or whatever the fuck it's called.
Ad litem or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
And they're going to take care of you, and they're going to be in control of your money, control of everything you own, selling it off.
Yeah, but if you're still with it, I mean, you make a deal with your wife. Yeah, I'm going to pretend I have dementia, and the doctor's going to sign off on it. I'll kill you too if you try to rip me off.
Well, see, that's the thing, you don't know. But as far as dementia goes and all this stuff, they turn around and do something stupid. Like Ron Jeremy, he probably did rape her. Probably did rape the girl and all that stuff because he was thinking, oh yeah, I've been with these girls before. They all do it.
Damn, Apple just sent me like 4 videos all at the same time. And I hate him sending me videos because he'll send me some ones that are in Spanish sometimes. And I think when
Yeah.
you watch some of those, now they're feeding you Spanish shit. So I just get random Spanish videos being sent to my feed. And I'm like, when you're watching shorts, I'm like, I don't even understand what the fuck they're saying. Of course, the hot ones with some hot chicks, that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this one. Let's see what she's doing. Oh, she's like a Hispanic midget?
Oh, you like that?
Wait. He's getting down to be like a midget.
Okay.
That's a cute little. Oh yeah, she had a little bounce to her. I take that. I like, man, that meatloaf sandwich got like a meatloaf sandwich short got some views, but you know what got the most views? I think your video's number one on our short videos is your fucking mushroom steak, mushroom gravy. That's
Is
most
that number one right now?
most views we got in a short, like 1,900 or something like that.
Oh my god, I can't believe that.
And so now when I go to YouTube to recommend like shorts that we can do or videos, subjects or whatever, AI thing, it's recommended food shit.
Oh wow. Well, there is a lot of beer recipes,
Yeah.
My
Shit,
mom used to make a hamburger stew that was had beer added to it, and it gave it a malty, flavor and all that stuff. Of course, the alcohol burns off,
Right.
but she would put a can or two of beer in it, and for the longest time, I would get that flavor, that richness of the malts and the hops and everything. And it had potatoes in it, carrots in it, celery, some other stuff, maybe peas and corn as well, and all that stuff. And it was all mixed together and with hamburger that was been fried and added to it. It was really good stew or soup or whatever you want to call it. But you have to add a little bit of seasoning here and there for that too, and all that stuff.
Yeah, this is going to come up as a short.
That's fine.
Mama's hamburger stew.
Hamburger stew, yeah.
Yeah. There's another one I got ready. It wouldn't let me publish it, so I had to download it. I got to upload it. It's another food one you and Jammer fan were talking about. So I'm like, fuck, it's gonna be another food one. But out of the video you guys did by yourself, hour and 20-minute video or whatever it was, nothing good came up. I mean, it was like,
hey, I know a recipe for Jaeger schnitzel with Guinness.
Yeah, I'm more into desserts, and I actually, because I've done the Guinness.
Well, there's
stout.
desserts. There's brownies with Guinness.
Yeah. I did the ice cream float with a Guinness, before vanilla ice cream with Guinness. But shit, I'm thinking about doing a mint chocolate chip. Although I don't know if I can chug chocolate chip, that might not work.
I think if you added Guinness to oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yeah, you mean when you bake them, like add it in the mixture,
mix it all together, and then cook them.
Yeah,
I bet you that would be good.
I'd rather do the float idea because I like getting the alcohol.
Yeah, I know you would rather do that, but I'm talking about something that I just created myself.
All right,
Guinness oatmeal raisin cookies.
But like those floats, man, you could do any type of ice cream with a Guinness, really.
Yeah. You're gonna do strawberry Guinness?
Strawberry ice cream? Yeah, I could do that. Matter of fact, I could do a Neapolitan.
Eggnog Guinness?
Eggnog Guinness. I probably could. Hey, in the popsicle section in the grocery store, they got these, I forget what they're called. It's like a Mexican one. It's like a Mexican eggnog type popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
I could melt that down, put it in the fridge, let it defrost, or it's all out so it melts down, and then mix that with a Guinness. Or I could just let it drink that by itself, put a shot of some whiskey in it, and drink that as a Mexican eggnog, right? For our Mexican friends in Los Angeles.
I think we should add a hoppy IPA to Jello.
Like a Jello shot, but with hoppy IPA?
Yeah.
But I think it'd go better with like a lemon Jello.
Yeah.
Lemon or maybe... I wonder if they got some fucking pineapple. Pineapple Jello would work too.
Pineapple, yeah.
That would work.
That would work. See, the great thing about whenever I would cook and everything, I especially when I was working a 2-2-3 schedule, I had the days off. Mm-hmm. During the day, I would drink beer and do beer reviews, and then later on, I'd be cooking. I'd be getting in the kitchen, and or if I didn't do beer reviews, I'd be drinking and in the kitchen, and I would turn around and make a meal, and I would be adventurous. I'd say, you know what, let's add a little this, and I'd add it to it.
So what happened?
Let's do this and everything.
What
and
happened?
I would make these wonderful meals and all that stuff. Well, now I work a different schedule and I don't do that.
I mean, it's nice kind of working a 5-day schedule, but on this shift, working night shift, graveyard shift, it's not good. I mean, even
I'd much
with your
rather work 4 10-hour days and have the 3 days.
Yeah. Or like your old shift where you work 12 hours, 2 days on, 2 days off, every other weekend, like a 3-day weekend.
I could go with that.
That was nice. I just hated doing 12 hours, especially where I used to work, because sometimes I do 16 hours. I don't like that at all.
I think I would hate doing 12 hours where I'm at,
Oh, yeah.
But
I'd hate doing 12 where I'm at.
10 hours I could do no problem. It's not a big deal. Especially if I was only doing it for 4 days. That would be really
It's a shame I didn't get into investing in my youth. I could be retired right now. If I started when I was 28.
Well, if we all started when we were in our 18, 20, 19, 20, 21, 22, around that
or 28 even, 38, 48. I've been going on.
You're screwed even then because, you're not going to.
If you could invest a lot, I mean, you'd be all right.
That's the problem.
Say when you were 28, if you could invest like $300 a month,
If you did covert camping for 5 years as a young person, instead of getting an apartment and all that kind of stuff and paying out all that money, take that money and sack it away into investments and stuff like that, you would fast track yourself to retirement by 38.
Right. Yeah. I told my brother with his kids, I said, you should get them to start investing.
Yeah.
You
should always do that.
Yeah. You heard the Trump thing where he's trying to get some type of investment things for any kids born between 2020 and 2026 or something, or 2025, where the government will give every newborn $1,000 in some type of investment thing.
That'd be pretty good because they can't touch it. It'd be invested, and that would be real good.
Yeah, especially if they can't touch. But every single child born, they got a heads up on all of us then.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know.
But you got to feed that investment. So if the parents can't feed it,
what you should be doing is investing in that SCHD stock, that Schwab dividend.
From what I've seen with that, man, you got to be investing in that for 30 years. I ain't even going to be here in 30 years, Jammer.
I don't think you need to be invested in that long because you're getting paid dividends every year.
Yeah, but it's not that much.
Yes, I know that. But if you're sacking the money into it, you would make a lot more money off of it. As it going up in price.
Look at right now. I can only put like $100
the same
$100
thing
bucks.
With buying partial shares of Google until you can get a full share. They pay dividends.
Google's going down, though. I heard there's a new thing coming out. Eventually, there's going to be something new that beats Google out. Eventually, maybe not.
I'm going to give you this hint right now. SoundHound is another one that's $10 a share right now.
SoundHound.
SoundHound AI, and you can look it up and everything. Do your research. I asked several artificial intelligent entities.
Yes.
About different stocks to look out at for future, for investments and everything. And they kept popping up SoundHound.
So is it a musical or?
Well, SoundHound's
AI
what was that, Shazam?
Oh, yeah.
But they do more than just that. I'll look it up just so I can tell you what it is.
I'm really interested in AI of, can they make a new Beatles album, take their voice and their music, and then make a new album with their voices and their instruments, and make a great new, the best Beatles album ever, or any band, can I put my favorite bands, all their music into this AI machine, and it kicks out a new album?
All right, here. It says right here. Let's look at this. SoundHound engages in the development, owning, and commercialization of voice, sound, and natural language, uh, artificial intelligent technologies, related activities. The company was founded in September of 2005 and is headquartered in St. Clara, California. The name Sound is SoundHound AI, a common stock. But they do stuff like Shazam too. And it says, is SoundHound AI the top artificial intelligence stock to buy in June? Well, let's look and see what it says. SoundHound is a broad target. Okay, now they're going to ask me for money, so I'll shut them down right there. Investors need to pay a premium to own the stock. Okay, is one of the more popular small company picks in the AI realm with a market capitalization of less than $4 billion. SoundHound could have a huge runaway if its products continue to resonate with clients. So right now it's $9.87, basically $10. You could buy 10 shares for every $100 you put in there. If it took off in the next 5 to 10 years.
I mean, SoundHound sounds like a great one if it came out like 15 years ago. Wow, SoundHound, Groove Shark, all these other ones.
They did come out 15 years ago.
Oh, we were a little okay. Anywho,
2005. That's
no, but it was hitting like 15 years ago. Like, wow, SoundHound. That's a good name for something that came out then.
I'm just telling you right now, that one, as well as of course NVIDIA is leading the pack right now.
Yeah.
It's at $140 something a share.
Did they drop a little bit when that Chinese AI thing came out?
Just a little bit, and then they bounced back to where And the great thing about when it went dropped, I started buying more. It was $100 a share at that time, so I bought a couple more shares, 2 or 3 shares.
Damn, I should have bought 10 shares then. Wow.
And then it jumped up to $140 some odd dollars.
So I need to buy some NVIDIA too. So with my my thing through the company I go through to get my stocks there. So I just need to do a brokerage thing to get separate stock from my IRA, basically.
Yeah, or you could keep it in your IRA, or you could do a Roth.
Yeah, I got a Roth IRA. Yeah. So I could do. So I already got the one thing going through my Roth IRA, but I could do add other entities, right?
You can you're with Fidelity, or what is it?
Fidelity. Yeah, I'm with Fidelity. Yeah.
So you could add a brokerage account to that and buy stuff on the side on top of what you're doing with the Roth and the IRA.
Okay.
My company offers a company stock buy program, purchase program, and they take 15% off of the stock. So right now it's over $200, but I can get it for like $185. So
so they take 50% off the price.
Yeah. So right off the bat, I'm making 15% of my money on that stock.
Okay. Mine does a little bit the same.
If it goes up in value, well, then that just increases from 15 to say 20 or 30 or whatever percent. So, of course, I'm putting money into that.
They match 15% for every $100. So every $100, they $15 they do for my place. Up until 1,000 or $2,000. I forget what the max is that they'll do 15% of, but I can't put that much in there. But
yeah,
and it's not like it's going up that much, So I'm not going to be there that long. So I'm putting $10 a paycheck in it, Probably should put more, but probably cost me more in the cost of the damn stock thing.
Well, if you do that and you're putting it aside, you're putting it in there, right now you should be putting as much as you can, because the fact that you're allowed a whole bunch in comparison to what other people, because of your age, doing catch-up contributions.
The 401k or a stock purchase?
401k, any kind of retirement.
Yeah, but they say 401k you shouldn't go more than what you should invest in other stuff and only do the 401k what the company matches.
I think you should only do what the company matches in your 401k unless they offer really good investments. Right. And then I think you should put a bunch in your Roth, because the Roth is after tax money.
Yeah.
But with you, I mean, being that you got very little in comparison to what you should have at this age, putting more into the 401k could help you in the sense because it would make more money, even though you might have to pay taxes on it.
Right, because I mean, if I put like 200 in, well, if that was tax, it wouldn't be 200, it'd be less than that. So
150 going into your Roth instead,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. In that regards, But
yeah.
anyway,
I'm fucked either way. It don't matter. I'm not gonna have enough.
I don't think you should act that way, though. I think you should have faith.
I mean, unless I work till I'm 70,
Gotta have faith, faith, faith.
I need another beer. Should we just continue?
Money!
Continue and just grab a beer. You want to go
Can't
first?
live without it. Yeah,
want
you
me to
can't live without it. Yeah, that's money.
You know what? I uploaded that little video thing earlier. Now it's gone. It's just not there anymore. Which is horrible. Wow. Hey, you want me to grab a beer first so you can continue talking, or vice versa?
Oh, yeah, we should grab beers, shouldn't we? Should we edit this out?
Well, we're live right now, so one of us should just continue talking.
Continue talking, just babbling on like Tower of Babel, huh?
Yeah, well, one of us go grab the beer, one talks, so you come back and get my beer. How about that?
All right, fine. Go get your beer.
Go get your beer first. You're running on spare.
No, you go right ahead.
You're running on borrowed time, though.
Just run. Run. I don't know what to talk about other than Shagdog's an ass. But he's my brother, so I can't help it. Yeah, different investments and everything. If you can start as early as possible, that's always great. That's the best thing that can happen. But if you're starting late, you need to push as much money you can into it so that you can make as much. There's a bunch of different stocks. Golly. I just no. I'm
Jammer, you have little faith.
Golly, what the heck? They got the stupid thing here.
Drinking and thinking.
Several analysts rate SoundHound AI as a buy or a moderate buy, indicating they believe the stock is likely to outperform the market over the next 12 months.
What's funny is we're talking about market shit.
Well, you're drinking and investing. Drinking
and investing.
I'll be right back.
Drinking and investing. That might go over. Nope, it's not going over. Drinking some Yingling, great American beer, the oldest American-owned brewery in America, right? I like Yingling. It's not bad. Pretty good beer. I don't know why my camera's so... But that's okay. Woo. Man, I'm ready to go. Now, Jammer, I want you to... Jammer sent me a video the other day. Shows you how to really chug a beer. Gives you the tip how to do it. I should see if he can do it right now. Hey, so that video you sent me, it shows you how to chug a beer, how to practice. So did you do the practice one yet, or?
No, I haven't done that.
You think that actually works the way the guy showed you how to practice it?
I don't know if that...
I'm afraid to try it because I have problems choking on my own saliva, so I don't want to do that with water to practice. But they say
beer.
They say lean back. Is it lean? You lean back first, and then just take one sip of water, and then hold it in your mouth until you feel a strain in your jaw, then swallow, and that helps you train to be able to chug beer or something. Some weird shit.
I saw that and thought of you. That's all.
All I know is when I saw that shit, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna choke if I do that shit.
Oh.
I mean, since I had lung surgery, what do you call that when you're sleeping and you puke and you choke on your vomit?
Regurgitate?
Shit, there's a special word for it. I've done that twice.
Deaf?
Flirting with disaster, yeah. What's it called when you choke on your own vomit? Aspiration.
Oh, yeah.
Inspiration for aspiration, right?
Yeah.
I did that twice. I did it once a couple weeks right after the damn surgery, because I had a hard time coughing. Couldn't force myself to cough. I thought I was going to die for sure that time. Somehow I burped or whatever when I was sleeping, and vomit came up.
Well,
And
if you're drunk, you can easily burp food up, whatever from drinking and everything.
yeah,
Because
that time I wasn't drinking it, but the second time was from drinking. But I think, yeah,
if you're drinking too much and then you're going to bed after eating or whatever like that, you can.
that's what happened with that one. I ate a meatball sub after doing some
Yeah.
beer reviews with you, like some long session, and I aspirated on some fucking meatballs. I almost died from fucking meatball subs, Jammer. That would have been horrible.
That
You'd be
would've been
talking about
like
still.
Mama Cass, right?
Especially if my mother told you, how did he die? Well, he choked on his own vomit. He ate a meatball sub after doing beer reviews with you, and he apparently aspirated on the meatball sub.
Yeah, and I'd say, you know what? And I told
Here-
that fucker not to do that.
Yeah, you'd be like, here's the shag dog. That motherfucker drank and choked on fucking meatballs.
He choked on balls. That's what I would tell everybody.
Some meaty balls.
He turned around, ate some meaty balls, and choked on them. That's what everybody would know you for. Yeah, he was sucking. I mean, eating them, and
I mean, I downed that fucking meatball sub, though. That shit was so good. And then, yeah, I went to bed, and next thing I know, I wake up, vomit.
One of the funny thing about it is I can remember particular moments where we're driving and like, okay, I remember going to Longhorn or one of those places with you and Rob
Okay.
after drinking and all that stuff. The sun was so bright, the sky was so blue, and went to the steakhouse, ordered a steak. The steak was so delicious, so wonderful. The baked potato just so wonderful, and drinking sometimes will enhance everything around you. Your experience. You know what I mean? Granted, it can deaden your soul, make you feel hopeless and everything else. But there's times where it actually heightens your perception.
Experience. Or experience, yeah. I mean, just think about that hockey game we went to, all the Buffalo fans, They probably remember you still.
Yeah. Or the concert where everybody remembers me.
Yeah. I'm sure only a couple people remember that, but yeah. The guy that confronted you, he probably tells his side of the story. Like, yeah, I was going to beat this guy's ass. I was sitting in the handicap section.
The handicapped people left.
I know. Yeah.
What did it matter?
It's not his business. What is he the fucking seat in police? Yeah, handicapped seat in police. Did we talk? This is deja vu. Well, I think we said that before.
Yeah, it doesn't.
All I know is my brother like shaking his head like, and then funny when we got back to his place, hopped in your, hey, we're going to Cheers. You want to go have some drinks? It's like, no, and I'm never going to a fucking concert with you guys ever again.
It happens.
You'll have that.
Yeah. You know the thing.
Yeah. That was a fun time. I think on hindsight's 2020. We probably shouldn't have drank the mini keg of Warsteiner and then had a 6-pack of Warsteiner and a couple Coronas and then go in and start buying beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad concert.
The whole idea of that, buying the mini keg and having the 6-pack and so forth, was not to have to buy the beer inside.
The $8, $9, $10 beers, whatever it was at that time, yeah.
And we kind of defeated the purpose by...
Yeah, because we were drunk and got in the concert. Oh, let's get a beer. One more won't hurt. And after about 5 songs, let's go get another beer.
4 beers later, you're propping me up at the urinal.
Yeah. That was fun. I don't. I think I got you to the urinal, and then you held yourself up there. I had to hold you up going down the stairs and getting to the. There's only two times. Only two times I had to hold you up in life for drinking. Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Now the third time should have been at your class reunion, but I didn't get invited. I wanted to do some class reunion crashing, so you got hammered without me. I could have been there holding you up again.
Well, that was before I even knew you.
No, I knew you then. Yeah, the ambulance thing to the hospital. Yeah, that was had to be what year you graduated? 89. So that was 99. We started hanging out in 98.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was your 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Class reunion. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember waking up in the hospital and a cop hovering over my bed,
I mean,
And he goes, "Were you at the reunion that was happening up at the school?" And I'm like, "First of all, do I have any business with you?"
I mean, if you didn't have cuffs on your hand, you were good to go.
But here I am. I'm like, and then it was just so sad when he was telling me about it. His sister. He was asking me if I knew his sister, and I said the name sounds familiar, but I don't remember. I said, he goes, "Well, she passed away. Like two years before graduate or a year after graduate, something like that. And it was just sad."
So you knew her?
I don't remember the name that he said. I seem to
the
remember. I remember
familiar.
sounding familiar, and I told him that, and I said, "But I can't place her, like that."
Yeah. Well, at least you're honest. You could have lied and said, "Oh, she was a hottie. I love that girl." Yeah.
And but it was sad, He was just, I could see him being a brother, just, what I'm talking about. Your brother, you miss your sibling,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, nothing heals a heart from a lost loved one, but it gets better. Of course. I mean, the first year was the worst.
Yeah.
And it gets better a little bit every year. You have your moments where you think about your family member being, wow, we could have been spending time together or doing this, whatever. But yeah.
What's really funny is that my dad, one of his favorite songs was Country Roads, and I told you about this. And when we went on a trip that first year without him, and all that stuff, we heard Country Roads everywhere we went.
Yeah.
It was just so crazy. We're in Europe and we're hearing this country roads, country roads, country roads, country roads.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's just like he was there with us,
Yeah.
And then there's times where I'm at work or driving or something like that, and it'll pop up. It'll just come out of nowhere, pop up, and I'm like, "Hey, Dad, how's it going?"
Yeah. That is crazy. My brother used to sing Jolene by Zach Brown Band for karaoke, but they didn't have the actual karaoke song. He sang with the real song, but they had his microphone volume up. I could only hear his voice, couldn't hear Zach Brown. But I never heard the Zach Brown version until after he died. So the first time I heard the actual real version, I'm like, who the hell is this guy singing? This is my brother's song. I just first time I heard Zach Brown sing it, it was like, because I've heard my brother, he used to do it, for about a year before he died. And I never heard the Zach Brown version. I didn't listen to country music,
It's just crazy because out of nowhere comes this song. Especially, what's really weird is when I'm feeling kind of just drained and just like I just don't feel like I'm not feeling it.
I know one of those videos you're in Germany. I think when you were hanging out with the Australian people and they had Country Road coming on in the restaurant or whatever you're at, and everybody's like, those Germans love that song, I guess. Or, Country Road, and you're getting into it too. It was like, I remember seeing that. So unbeknownst to me at that time when I saw the video, you're probably thinking about your dad while you were singing it too.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. But that was a wild reunion there, and I remember the fact that I lost my glasses.
Yeah.
Never got them back.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, that's what happens when you make the bartender lets you make your own drinks.
well, I was like, it was open bar, free, and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
I said, "You're not making it right." I said, "Here, let me do this," and I poured the rum, I put it in a glass, and I put it all the way up to the top, and then I just splashed a little Coke in it.
I'll do it.
There's just a few experiences I remember being so drunk and learning from each experience.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I try to not get too drunk nowadays. After so many years, I mean, 53 years old. After 45 years of drinking, yeah, I finally
learned your limit.
Right. Right.
Well, I can remember I went to my friend Jason's or Justin's wedding, right?
Yeah.
And I remember having a bunch of lemon drops, and he had me filming everything. So I'm filming the whole wedding with the camcorder and everything like that, and I'm drinking and everything. I'm zooming on women's asses, I'm on the tits and everything like that, and I'm just filming everything going on and everything like that. And I'm walking around filming people. And I remember every time they would go tap on the glass and they would have to drink and all that stuff, not drink, but kiss and everything. And everybody would drink.
Oh, I thought it was something to give a speech at a point. Okay.
And so everybody, I remember clanking on it and having them have the kiss constantly and all that stuff and everything. And I'm drinking lemon drops, one after the other, one after the other. Well, lemon drops, vodka, lemon, and a little bit of sugar on the rim. Right? Man, it was a newfound drink for me. I was loving it, and I was not really drinking liquor. That wasn't one of my strong points. Back in the day.
Yeah, I remember we used
and
to
I'm
bowl.
there with my ex-girlfriend because we were both invited to the wedding, and we went together just because we were both invited to the wedding. Like that. And I'm there with my ex-girlfriend. She's driving. I'm walking out to her car. We get in the car and we're getting ready to go, and I can't get the door open. I can't get the window open, and I vomit in the floorboard. My ex-girlfriend's car.
Wow.
I just puked like you wouldn't believe. Projectile vomiting, man.
Damn.
Yeah, it was funny. She took me home.
I remember the lemon drops because when we used to go bowling.
And my dad threw me in the shower and had the shower going on top of me and all that stuff. That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
That was the first
I remember the
experience of the shower and my dad and the fact that I was drinking,
Yeah, the lemon drops, because I remember we used to go bowling. Let's do lemon drops. I'm like, oh, lemon drops? Fuck that. I never had a lemon drop before. Yeah, lemon drops. I was like, Yeah, they were pretty good, though.
Yeah. And then the other instance I have with the shower, per se, and my dad, right, is I'd been at the Oktoberfest drinking all these liters of beer. I must have had 4 or 5. I mean, I was that far gone on that.
Right.
I was on the subway train to get back, and I needed to piss so bad. God, I needed to piss so bad. I got off the train, and they had to drag me back onto the train.
Was this the one your dad was there, right? The time.
Yeah, but he was at the hotel at the time. And
okay.
And I got back to the hotel, and I went to the bar because the bar was still open. I'm there with, what's her name? Golly, what was her name?
The girl from New Jersey?
Yeah, what was her name?
I don't know, but it was a famous picture that you sent me, and I returned one too.
Golly, what was her name?
I still got the picture. You want to see the picture?
Sure, you can put it up there if you want.
I don't even know if I can get this shit up. Yeah, that's
Let me
why
see
I
if I
said to
can't
her.
find her name here.
I can't find a
Stephanie.
picture. Stephanie.
Stephanie. Yeah, I went to the bar with her and some other guy. I think it was Rick at the time from Australia. And we had a few more drinks while we were there. And I used the bathroom there and all that stuff. And then I went back to the hotel room. Went to the hotel room, turned on the shower, was getting undressed, and I laid on the bed and fell asleep with the shower running. Next morning, my dad got up, realized the shower was on. And he goes, "What the hell is the shower on for you?" Goes in there, and it's steamy hot, too, because I had it on the hot water, and there's steam everywhere, and it's been steaming for hours, and running all night long. And he was really kind of like, he was upset, and I knew he was upset, but he also was just like shaking his head type.
He didn't say Shagdog's a bad influence on you like he did one time. It's like, oh, he's a bad influence on you.
Well, he never said that to me. He said that to my sister.
Oh. But if he only knew, if he had a camera, a drone camera, follows around,
he would have killed you.
I'm done, Jammer. No, fuck that. We're drinking another pitcher.
When did I do that?
Yeah, well, drink that beer. All kinds of stuff like that.
Well, of course, you're not going to waste it.
Yeah. And then even your sly moves were a couple times where you're like, oh, I think you're tired to buy a pitcher. Oh yeah, I just bought the last round where you did it, but
I didn't do that very often though.
No, only a couple times, but
I did. There was a couple of times I did it just to see.
Yeah, I caught on. I was like, I wonder if this motherfucker been doing this all the time.
I did it just to see what would happen, see if you would catch it, or Chaz would catch it, or Abba would catch it.
The funny thing is, we used to go out to the karaoke bar drinking, and sometimes I'd be ahead of you at first, like first 2 or 3 beers. I'd be like,
oh yeah, you'd
be a little bit behind me. I think you just weren't in the mood yet. Then after that, you'd be past me. You'd have it like on your side of because we used to keep the bottles on the table. Remember?
Yeah.
And you'd have like 8 bottles on your side. I'd only have like 6 on mine. You like fucking pass me. Yeah. You're bad influence.
Well, I never would have went to the bar if it wasn't for you.
I would never went bowling if it wasn't for you. Where the drinking started, Because that was the first thing you said to me. Come on, hey, you like bowling? We go bowling after work. We drink beer. Oh, okay. Yeah, you said the magic word.
That's all it took, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that would turn into almost an everyday thing either. I was like, I go out with these guys, hang out once in a while. And I was like, hey, we're coming tomorrow too.
Well, what was crazy about that is with Tony or with Anthony or whatever his name was.
Bowling manager.
Hey, if you get a few more people to come, you can start your own league.
All right. Yeah. And that we almost got him to give us a summer price. Like, hey, we'll pay you so much to bowl whenever we want during the summer, which would have been a benefit to us as much as we bowl there. Yeah. I think he realized he would make more money off us paying the regular price.
Well, we got him to bring our the beer that we liked at the time.
Right. He did get that on tap, so we got him to do that. So
that was a good thing.
Because we offered to pay $1,000 each or something like that, something outrageous to bowl whenever we want all summer. And he thought about it, then he came back, no, I can't do that.
But I think he still screwed himself because we had all those little free bowling cards.
Right. And we bowled almost every day, at least 5 days a week. I think 4 or 5 days a week, probably.
4 or 5 days a week, for sure.
Yeah. And we'd bowl multiple. We'd bowl from the time they opened, 8 or 9 o'clock, whatever hell time it was, till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'd bowl like 8 games, 9 games.
Sometimes it was 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Yeah. And plus we're drinking, buying food, So, I mean, we put a lot of money into that place.
Yeah. And so the other time I was drinking, and I drank martinis, dry, dirty martinis. And that was a scary time, and that was when I was super young and stupid, and,
Oh,
and
wow.
I was way out in Lakuchi area,
Look at you.
and
I know that.
I left my friend's house and drove home after drinking and all that stuff. I came home. As I was coming home, I went. I said, you know, what would a drunk do? Would he go outside of town or would he go straight through town? A drunk would try to avoid town, right?
All
So
right. So you
I'll
saw.
go straight through town.
Yeah.
And so I'm going straight through town driving. And I remember entering the town, and that was the last thing I remember until I woke up as I was veering off the road to turn at my road,
Oh.
which was outside of town.
All right.
And it was just so funny because I started hitting the like that noise, and it woke me up as I was doing my turn, going in the turn lane. And then I went to turn lane, I pulled into the house, and I went to bed and fell asleep. My friend at that time told me that he goes, man, those martinis we made the last time, I don't think we added any vermouth or any of that stuff. I think it was just straight vodka that we were drinking. So that was my second vodka. That was my first vodka experience. My second vodka was the lemon drops.
Drops. Yeah.
So after that, I said, oh, I know that I can't drink vodka.
That's funny because these bad drinks that you had, you introduced them to me later on, the lemon drop. One time after bowling, we went to Cheers for the first time, and we got dirty martinis. Yeah.
But I was a designated driver then.
That's true. So you didn't drink too much. You had two drinks, three maybe. After we were already drinking beer
And so many hours of being there, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
And all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I learned that I had a limit on vodka because vodka would put me in.
Vodka was bad. When I was in the Army,
It'd
at one
sneak
point,
up on you.
yeah, I used to drink vodka with Sprite or vodka with something else mixed. And then I thought I was tough. I'm going to drink vodka straight. I probably learned my lesson then, with the vodka straight. Yeah.
I mean, if you're smart about it, it won't.
Yeah, if you do it gradually, But yeah, it's like the time I did the Goldschlagers. I was drinking shots of Goldschlagers, but I drink a glass of water and then drink another shot of Goldschlager. I did like 8 or 9, 10, 11, 12 shots of one night, but I was drinking a glass of water in between all of them. So the next time I had the Goldschlager, I don't need the water, and drank all those shots of Goldschlager, and I was all.
I'm going to tell you,
spanking women and
that drink that we created, the Hawaiian
Lei. Yeah.
I remember buying at least a dozen of those and drinking them at Outback in St. Pete. Yeah, I taught them how to make the drink.
Because we had the Hawaiian Lei and the Malibu Screw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I taught them how to make the drink, and then I was drinking them. I even invited Maria to come down. What's her name at the Vinoy? The
one that used to come by while you were editing videos.
Yeah, and she came over there and sat with me and had something to eat while I had ate dinner there. I don't know what the deal was, why I decided to go to Outback and eat there and then turn around and start drinking drinks there and all that stuff. But for whatever reason, I was there and I decided I was going to eat and all that stuff. And this is when I was working, 8-hour shift, of course. And here I am, get off work, and I go directly there, and I'm eating and drinking and everything. And she was saying, "Oh, you should come back to my house. Come back to my house. Come back to my." I said, "No, I could go home and all that stuff." And I went home. That was stupid, But I went home and I woke up the next day for work. No problem. Boom. But I had at least a dozen of those, and they weren't shots. They were, you know how that was. It was like a half glass or a glass, What'd you say?
You got quiet on me. I muted my mic. I had to send somebody a message.
Oh yeah. They're funny.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought about it while we were in between too, and I just noticed it. I was like, "You motherfucker!" Could have told me something. I know.
Well, I figured you would notice.
I'm not a very noticeable person. You know.
Hey, you want to do one more beer and that's it?
Yeah, you want to keep the same video, or we're at an hour and 4 minutes? Start a new one.
Well, we can start a new one.
All right, should be it. I'll just put drinking and thinking live number 2. How about that?
There you go.
Thanks to our 2 viewers, but sticking with us at least that we see. There may be more viewers that we don't see because we know that happens.
Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I'm Jammer.
Yeah, always leave a comment. And I am Shagdog, the master of ceremonies.
Master of ceremonies. The masturbator of ceremonies.
Yeah. If I was the masturbator of ceremonies, there'd be hell of a lot more ceremonies. Because I'm the best masturbator. I mean, God, what do you think I meant?
I don't know where you're going with that one. Oh shit. All right. We'll see you on the next one, guys, gals, everything in between. Take care. Bye.